You're watching Lansdowne Raw, the voice of the fans. I'm Martin Prendergast, joined by Conor McAvoy as we catch up on all the latest news in Irish football. How are you getting on, Conor? Big transfer window coming to a close. Evan Ferguson could be on the move. But more importantly, as I said, how are you?
More importantly, your mic isn't on. It's on your stream cam. No, I think it's on your stream cam.
Oh, there we go. 1 minute now. Let me just hit the buttons.
No, your mic is probably on. It's probably your stream. Just check the bottom of there where the mic bit is. It is. Your mic is on. Your mic is on. You're just connected to the wrong one. I mean.
Right. Maybe.
But anyway, have you sorted that? Don't let David Dunn see that, or he'll be crying at you.
Any better now?
Yeah, it should be better. Is it on your one that says the Focusrite one, or Scarlett's one?
Yeah.
But anyway, Martin, I'm good. I'm glad to be back on another Monday of joy, happiness, us complaining about Irish players getting messed over by clubs, injuries as per usual, and us telling us talking about how Ireland are the greatest country on earth and how we're going to win the World Cup. And today is now officially 2 months until we face the mighty Czechs in Prague, where I seen Paulo Nedved had some comments on him about them qualifying today. He was sounding very like him, or Hallgrimsson speaks about the positivity about us qualifying, and he was very confident of them qualifying. So it's going to be a real battle in Prague. I can't bloody wait.
Yeah, I can't wait as well. It's going to be great. We will obviously just give you a little bit of news on that. We'll obviously give you those comments as well from Nedved, incredible player back in the day, of course. But if you are just watching the show tonight, please like the show. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want to support us a little bit more, you can help us out at Lansdowne Raw Plus, $4.99 a month. And you get a little bit extra Raw with that. You get State of Play, our take on the modern game and all sorts of rubbish going on there. A little bit of retro as well. And we also do a team of the week and all that kind of stuff as well. But lots of extra content on there. You can also support the page, buy us a coffee. And also in the lead up to 2 months out from Czechia, get your stickers or your coasters. It's a fantastic set we had designed. There's a Heimer one, a Coleman, Troy Parrott, Nathan Collins. They look brilliant in the man caves, or you can pop them in your local pub as well. But the stickers, we want to see them on all the lampposts and bars adorning the Czechia as we head off in a couple of months' time. If you are just new to the pod as well, make sure you do give Conor a follow at Rep Tracker on X, me at PrenDM, and our El Raw, all our social media as well. Instagram, we're on everything now, aren't we, Conor? We're on Facebook, TikTok,
Instagram, Twitter, every social media possible.
Yeah,
except that Blue Sky, whatever that is. We don't use that because that site never took off. What a surprise!
Yeah, but yeah, no, exciting times. You've done a great show during the week where you had a little chat about the kit. There it is. Just throw it up again. Troy Parrott modeling the away one. This is the home one as well. We'll come on and chat a little bit about that. There's a bit more fallout from the pricing of that, especially. But yeah, looking forward to the next couple of months as we lead up to that first game for the playoff, where hopefully we'll get a good result against Czechia and qualify for a final where we'll all be in Dublin cheering on the boys in green. Right. Conor, very interesting weekend. We're in the middle of the transfer window as well, but we've got to start with Evan Ferguson.
Yeah, we did
transfer window that is impacting him.
Yeah, we did. Obviously, we got slagged by a certain someone who shall not be named about us speaking about him when we were in Luton a couple of weeks ago about always being about Evan. But he's always the one who steals the headlines, no matter what he does, whether he plays well, whether he doesn't play well, whether he's on the move, whether he's not on the move. I know I spoke about it in the start of the window because remember it was all reported in like November time. Oh, Roma are sending Evan back, Roma are sending back, and it was like when there was still like 10 games between then and the start of January, and I was saying hold back on whatever you think because it's too early. We don't know yet. We don't know what the situation is with Evan. Maybe they would send him back, maybe they wouldn't, but it depends on his performances and Roma's transfer window. And now it's starting to play out in the way that we probably didn't want it to play out. Where Thursday, Evan played 90 minutes in the Europa League. We spoke about that in our midweek review with Dave, and he done quite well. It wasn't like he stole the show, but he done quite well, done very well for the second goal. And then it got to Sunday, where it was obvious Daniel Malin was going to come back in the team, who wasn't eligible to play in the Europa League. And fair because he had a very good debut. In fairness, he scored a brilliant goal. Then he came in, started yesterday against AC Milan, and Rubinho Faz, the 25 million euro striker they got from Marseille, came on for him after 70 minutes, which left Evan as you'd say the third option on the day. And I did have some people comment saying, "Oh, there's nothing to worry about because it means Evans will play is starting in the Europa League midweek because he's the only one that can play as their number 9 basically at the moment," which is a fair enough assessment if you want to think that. But the reality is, to me, is to my eyes, that looks like Evans' third choice now at Rome. He's a lone player, so I would option to buy that they're not going to pick up. They have Faz, who is a player they've paid money for, so and the same with Malin, he's a loan with option to buy for 20 million. So they would rather Malin work out and they get him for 20 million. Rubinho Faz was 25, so which is 45 million. And Evans buy option just for Evan himself is 45 million. So that's 2 for 1 of 2 players that might hit the ground running better at Roma. And I still see the think of people saying that, if they're allowed to be able to play in the Europa League, Evan would have played. Yes, I don't think that is the case, to be honest, because if he really rated Evan that much, if he really liked Evan that much, Evan would have came on for the last 20 minutes. There's no way that Evan now is back fit, that if he didn't trust him, if he trusted him to come on and play 20 minutes, that he wouldn't have played 20 minutes. He obviously sees him as third choice now. I think he'll probably play the game on Thursday in the Europa League and then head back to Brighton and go over after that. And honestly, Martin, it's probably for the better. Roma are crap. They are horrible to watch. They are poison on the eyes. They are somehow third. They get the job done just about in games, but they really struggle to score goals. They really struggle to create goals. Defensively, they're quite solid. And I just don't see what the benefit is. Evans, just go to a better league, go to a more attacking league, more space. Even though he's not blessed with pace, but I still think he does better in space because time to swivel on the ball, time to get his head up, and he actually gets a bit of service and with players around him that actually want to feed him the ball. So yeah, I think it's as good as over for Evan really at Rome at this stage, unless he goes and scores a hat-trick next Thursday and he decides, I'll play him on Sunday in the league. But I just do not see that happening, Martin, and I think time is up for Evan in Rome, and thankfully so.
Yeah, I think my thoughts on this are just Gasperini's been really strange, isn't he, with his kind of his treatment of him. 1 minute he's praising him, the next minute he's saying we need a bit more from him. It's been a lot of kind of questions of his attitude as well. But like, to be fair, I think Evans kind of delivered because they are a team that doesn't create a lot of chances. He's scored a few goals now, playing well. So it must be quite unsettling then seeing that when you're a lone player as well, seeing players come in like this. I mean, it's going to work out. I think that it's been a great experience for him. I think as well then that, he's going to look back at, he did score goals for them. He's going off to a World Cup, hopefully as well. There's no real fear. It's not as if he's not been playing. So there's no real fear that he's going to miss out on an Ireland squad place, really. So, yeah. We just want him getting a bit sharper and playing regularly and enjoying his football, basically. So I think it wouldn't be the worst thing if he came back to England and then possibly get a loan then. But again, you'd hope his agent's working away in the background there and, working out a possible move to him where he will get opportunities to play. So, yeah, I mean, and that could well be the Premier League. It has to be, really, doesn't it? He's got to be playing in the top league. He can't be going thinking the Championship or anything like that. I think he's got to be going somewhere where he's going to play and be in a Premier League squad ultimately. So yeah, we'll obviously keep it all monitoring here on the show and all our social media platforms as well. We'll give you an updates on that. So yeah, that's just one with Evan Ferguson.
Is there a club? Is there a club you want to see him go to, Martin? What do you want him to go back?
Yeah, I think Brighton are still in the FA Cup, aren't they? They're he could force his way back in there. They are relying on Danny Welbeck, who's been unbelievable actually. He could do well there. He's going to be more experienced now as well. He might be saying, no, I feel I am ready now for this. So that is, I think he could just work well, settle there. But trying to think of teams who probably need a striker. I wouldn't really want him going anywhere where he's under a lot of pressure, like a relegation battle team where he might play all the time, but it's a bit crap still, Yeah. We want him playing regularly, so it's a difficult one. But I'm sure
I just want to see him be the main man. I just want to see him be the main man somewhere. Just go and be the main man. Where you're gonna. There's so many Bundesliga teams, French teams, Spanish teams that would die to get Evan Ferguson. So it's not going to be an issue. Clubs want him is not going to be an issue, and championship thing is not going to be in the equation. So I'm happy enough whatever comes of it. As long as he gets out of, because I don't want to keep watching Roma, to be honest, Martin. The crap, they're such a hard watch. It's on especially on a Saturday evening. You guys could do so many other better things at 8:00 on a Saturday evening, because usually you don't have other matches on in England or whatever Irish players. So usually you'd have a free Saturday evening, but now it's been spent watching Evan Ferguson sit up front and get no service for 90 minutes. So yeah, I'll be very glad to see it if he moves on.
Yeah, so let us know in the comments. We've seen some coming in already, and we will get to them later. But yeah, let us know where you would like to see Evan Ferguson go. If it ends at Roma as this loan deal, where would you like to see him go in the transfer window? And give us your thoughts and reasons why. Because we are the most interactive Irish football podcast out there, so we want to hear from you this evening. We've got Obig to come as well. But any other notable transfer news, Connor, that you can quickly fly through?
I will go through some transfer news. Actually, it is a close a week today, which we will be our transfer deadline type show. We'll be doing, Martin, we will be live next Monday. In terms of other transfer news, so for Justin Freeze, signed for Crawley today after spending time at Bray Wanderers last season. We've had other lads that need a move, like your likes of Andy Moore still needs to get a move. Trent Conor-Doherty, but I believe he may have got injured. I don't know if he'll be back by next Monday. Conor McManus of Brentford, Jacob Devaney needs a loan. John Patrick has to get out of Stade Rennes. He can't even get a shout in the second tier of France. Other people that need a loan, possibly you'd look at Ike Razi if he's back. I know Romeo Akinchuk with Southampton will be going out on loan, who is I think he's going to show people how good of a player he is when he goes out on loan this month. But yeah, other lads have gone out, and there hasn't been that many transfers over the last 4 or 5 days, Martin, to be honest with you, which obviously Max O'Leary went to West Brom, had a howler on his debut. I'm not sure if you've seen that. Emmanuel Adebayoga signed for Rotherham United. Really good player, really good young centre-half who had a really good loan spell at Dundee United last season, went back to Norwich and struggled with a few injuries to start the season and didn't get a transfer when he probably was needing one. And that's really been it so far with transfers. I've seen Chris Wilder speak about Ogbene and say that Ogbene is in his plans, so Ogbene won't be going back to Ipswich or anything of that nature. One maybe that could maybe surprise us is maybe someone like Festi could end up going on a move. He hasn't been involved the last couple of games with Istanbul. There's been no mention of injury, but it's hard when someone's playing in Turkey. You don't really hear as much. So I don't know what the situation is with Festi, but it would not be. I would not be against it if that happened, because he is an excellent player and he's done quite well in Turkey. Maybe he can go to a different Turkish team that maybe suits him better, because it's the captain, isn't it? That's the other right back, and he's playing at right back. It'd be nice if he went to a team maybe that played 3 at the back and he fitted in at right wing back, and it would benefit, I think, his Ireland career a lot more playing weekly at right wing back, because for Ireland they only seem to play him as an attacking winger rather than in a wing back role or defensive role, which doesn't seem to be trusted with for Ireland, because maybe he does fall asleep sometimes defensively, although he's very good like in tackles one-on-one. He can fall asleep at times and people drift in behind him. So yeah, I think maybe he could get a move this month. But anyone else, Martin, you think needs to get a move this month? Someone like Anselmo Garcia McNulty, I think if he's going to get into the Ireland team, he badly needs to get a move by the end of this week. And I'd like to think that there would be interest.
Yeah, I think there would be interest, and there might be a kind of surprise moves as well. You just don't know, do you? Like, nothing would surprise me in football, but I think any of the lads who are, kind of settled at clubs and things, it's a big risk as well to move, for maybe more money or take a chance going to a different club, because that offers on the table when you've got a World Cup that you're going into, possibly, and then you may not play all the time and stuff, and then kind of. You lack the sharpness and things. That's one of the things they have to obviously bear in mind as well. But yeah, let us know as well in the comments your views. If anyone you want to see move or think needs to move, that'd be really great to get your interaction again this evening. Just a little kind of a bit of housekeeping, I suppose, just on the FAI. The FAI have got the portal open for the away game application. So make sure you do go there and register or apply for your ticket if you are intending to travel to Czechia. Obviously, huge demand, 1,024 tickets Ireland are getting. The kind of speculation is you probably need to have attended 7 to 8 of the last kind of 10 qualification games that were oversubscribed to be able to be with a chance to get one. But yeah, you've got to be in it, obviously, and make sure you have your record up to date. So yeah, good luck, but don't forget to do it more importantly. And yeah, look, we're going to be traveling out to Czechia and to Prague. Looking forward to it, of course. And 2 months today, Connor, it's very exciting. Yeah. And on that, I thought I just would bring us up to date with Nedved. Absolutely brilliant player back in the day for the Czech Republic, and
Ballon d'Or winner. Ballon d'Or winner.
Yes, yeah. And he said,
is he just quickly? Is he just a question? Maybe you might know before you say read his quote. Is he the player? Is he the player that's won the Ballon d'Or from the smallest country? Population-wise, 10 million. Is there anyone else that's won a Ballon d'Or from a smaller country?
I wouldn't think
or
so.
Maybe Portugal. Isn't Portugal something like 8?
Maybe.
Yeah. But it's more of a footballing
yeah.
It's better footballing culture, but yeah, anyway, go on. Sorry, I've distracted you.
No. He's just saying about he's just saying that he rejects the opinion that the Czech football lacks quality. And ultimately, I think they're quite confident, really, that they're gonna get a result. And nothing to fear, really. So quite positive. Captain 91 times. Member of the Czechia squad, which finished as runners-up at Euro 96. And that's when they really broke onto the scene, wasn't it, really, in the modern era, I suppose. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. But he's a general manager with the Czech FA. And he gave an interview with the Prague media outlet Seznam Zprávy. So, but, they are in a little bit of a kind of mess a little bit. They brought in a new manager, haven't they? So, it's not a bad time, but I mean, what an incentive it is for them as well to have us at home, and possibly with a limited Irish presence, obviously, in the ground. I'm sure Irish fans are working on all kind of measures to try to secure these tickets for the game, even in the home end. But yeah, good luck if you are intending to travel.
No, you'll get a ticket, don't worry, because you've been to them all. But
yeah, I'm quite high up still. But anyway, so that's it. But yeah, we'll have it all covered here. So make sure you do subscribe to the channel, as we've said, because we're going to have we'll be doing our previews, our squad prediction shows, and then when it actually comes to Heimer naming his probably 26-man squad for this World Cup qualification playoffs, we'll have that all covered as well. So looking forward to it. Really exciting time ahead for Irish football, and this is where you have to be following the show and supporting us. Yeah, right.
Subscribe.
That's it. Make sure you subscribe and get your notifications. Connor, is it all uploaded?
Well, obviously Everton hasn't finished yet, but I'll presume Jake O'Brien plays 90 minutes in a 1-1 draw at Leeds, as it is now 1-1.
Okay.
Which is a probably good result for both sides after first half. Jake O'Brien's gone back into right back, by the way, just to inform you. He was playing centre half, left centre back first half, and he was having a bit of a tough time, to be honest. But anyway, you can probably get yourself stuck into Obig there.
Right, okay, and you'll add up the defenders. Right, here we go. This is the Obig, where we chat about all the players who played for Ireland and how they got on over the recent games. Here we go, the goalkeepers. Caoimhín Kelleher, 90 minutes in a 2-0 loss versus Nottingham Forest for Brentford. Max O'Leary, 90 minutes in a 1-1 draw versus Derby for Bristol City. Josh Keeley, 90 minutes in a 1-0 loss versus Plymouth. Mark Travers, an unused sub at Everton. And Gavin Bazunu, sadly out injured on a loan spell at Stoke. Is there any further news on Gavin? Has he gone back to Southampton, or is it just looks to be recuperating?
He's out for 6 weeks, is all we know. We don't know yet whether he'll be sent back, or if it seems like they're not going to get a new keeper. But I don't know whether that means he gets sent back. It seems like they're going to stick with Simkin, who was out on loan at Leyton Orient for the first half of the season. And then I don't know whether they'll send Gavin back, because Johansson will probably be soon back after Gavin. So it looks like he will either be sent back. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play again this season, because they might think, what's the point? But it was a pity, because it seemed like a good move for his trajectory in his future. But anyway, you kind of have to just move on. But another keeper who made a move this month, Max O'Leary, had a really difficult debut for West Brom. He spilled a cross, which caused the first goal, unfortunately. But thankfully, Malumbi helped bail him out with an assist in the 90th minute away to Derby County on Friday night. But yeah, a really disappointing debut for Max Lurie, to be honest. I hope it doesn't affect his confidence and lead to being dropped already, because he's only young. Thing is, he's only signed him until the end of the season, which is quite interesting. So he has something to prove, and he hasn't had a great start so far. But hopefully he can put that behind him. Kelleher obviously had a tough weekend again. Well, last weekend, obviously the penalty, the error he made for that. But then in terms of this weekend, he didn't really do anything wrong. It was just he lost to a decent team in Forest who've improved in recent weeks. But it was a surprise result though in that sense. And other than that, Josh Keeley, I don't know if you've seen the goal they conceded. He made an absolutely world-class save for Luton to stop a header going in. Fortunately, the way he saved it, obviously he came back up in the air, and unfortunately Luton didn't make first contact with it. Plymouth attacker did, so that led to Plymouth going 1-0 up. But he had a really good game, and he'll be probably on the toes of Gavin Pazunu now heading into the March squad, because if Gavin doesn't play between now and then, but he's back fit the week before, can you really pick a keeper who's not playing? Can you pick Max O'Leary, who's not really the future of Irish football? He's struggling at club level. I know is a tier above Josh Keeley, but I wouldn't know if he's a better keeper at this moment in time. So yeah, interesting about our goalkeeper positions.
Yeah, no, it's certainly an opportunity, isn't it, for Josh Keeley to be the third goalkeeper? I think anyway. I think that's going to be something.
And Mark Travers is doing runs after the game for Everton tonight. That's what he'll be doing.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
He needs just so disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah. But again, like I said, though, it's an opportunity for Josh Keeley, and I know it's League One where he's playing, but he's playing week in, week out. We went and watched them a few weeks ago against Lincoln. Absolutely brilliant display by him. Stands out a mile in that league, to be honest, and was really, really comfortable that day. So, it's just what we may have to expect, and we could be there in America with Josh.
But Mark Travers is the best runner I've seen as a goalkeeper ever. I've never seen a man do so much running as he done in Finland away. Jesus, that man ran for a good 25 minutes, just up and down and up and down. The other players were done after 5 minutes, and he just kept going. But I don't want that to be his career when he's meant to be a goalkeeper.
No, exactly. Right, we're going to come on to the defenders. Here we go. Robbie Brady is back on the grass for Preston North End. Back in training. John Egan, 90 minutes in a 2-1 win versus Swansea for Hull City. Seamus Coleman, an unused sub for Everton. Nathan Collins, 90 minutes in that 2-0 loss versus Forest for Brentford. Matt Doherty, an unused sub for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Joshua Honohan out injured at the moment with Lincoln. Jake O'Brien, 90 minutes in that 1-1 draw versus Leeds with Everton. Andrew Omobamidele back on the bench versus Lille for Strasbourg. Darragh O'Shea, 90 minutes in a 3-0 loss versus Sheffield Wednesday for Ipswich Town. Liam Scales, 90 minutes, 2-2 draw versus Hearts for Celtic. James Abankwah, 90 minutes in a 1-1 draw versus Blackburn for Watford. Jimmy Dunn, 90 minutes, 3-2 loss versus Wrexham for QPR. Callum O'Dowd not in the squad for Varos. Mark McGuinness, 90 minutes in a 1-1.
90. Or 3-1.
Okay. Ryan Manning, unused sub for Southampton. Aaron Cash, 90 minutes in a 1-1 draw versus Watford for Blackburn. And Anselmo Garcia McNulty, 90 minutes 2-1 loss versus NEC. Will Ferry, no game for Dundee United. And Corian Darba, an unused sub for Lecce. And that's your defenders. Anything notable there, Connor?
I think it could be possible by the end of the window. Will Ferry may be heading out of Dundee United. He has a lot of interest from. I think there's a lot of MLS clubs actually. A lot of top MLS clubs were trying to sign him in the summer. I think Vancouver, who won the MLS last year with Thomas Muller's side, who beat obviously Andy Moran's LAFC in the Western Conference Finals. But it looks like they're pushing from. But I know there's a few championship teams who want him as well. So be interesting to see what he does. Because he's a very good player. He's outgrown the Scottish League as Suns at this stage, especially when you're at like Dundee. It's not like he's with Celtic. So yeah, he's ready for that step up. And if he wants to get in the Ireland squad, probably needs to be with a better team. It's great to see Robbie Brady finally back on grass. I know he was back, but what was probably a week and a half ago. But I know he's getting older and probably slower, and injuries are catching up to him. But he still offers a lot. He's the best left foot we've had in Irish football since Wes, anyway. You could argue probably he's a better left foot than Wes in terms of just pure ball striking ability. Would you say? He probably is. In terms of ball striking ability, he does have a better left foot. Wes is just better like dribbler and low center of gravity and like little smart things.
Clever stuff.
Probably really. Yeah, but Brady's like set piece ability and just ball striking ability is just different class. Other than that, John Egan keeps winning with Hull, who are flying in the championship this season. James Banquet, I watched the first half of them against Blackburn. I thought he done very well actually, centre half. Looked back to his best. Aaron Cashin got man of the match for Blackburn actually in that 1-1 draw against Watford, which David Love, and your favourite player, Mr. O'Dowda. Where is he? Do you know where he is, Martin?
No, struggling at the moment now.
Well, he wasn't in the squad. Obviously, he would have been in the squad if he's fit, but I don't know where he is. He wasn't in the squad midweek in the Europa League either, so I don't know what the situation is with Mr. Cod. So it's not a great time to be injured and constantly injured, but hopefully he is all right. Unless he's advocating to get back to England, which I couldn't imagine he is doing at this moment in time. But yeah, Martin, maybe you would use your sources to find out.
Yeah, I'll try. But no, yeah, we got it's an opportunity in a way. I mean, we've seen some comments coming in, which we'll come on and chat about soon, and asking about O'Dowda and things, because yeah, perception is like, he's a bit lucky, he gets in the squad, but then he's very unlucky. Like he's missed out on the match day selection. He's broken down when been away. He had the close contact in COVID times as well. It's very stop-start for him internationally, really, with Ireland, I think. So, but was really trusted at one stage, wasn't he, with Martin O'Neill towards the end? Started that game in Denmark the night. So, yeah, it's an odd one, really, and just versatile though. Can play on the left, can play. His career has gone that way, though, hasn't it? Gone back to left back or left, very rarely now left wing in a sense, for Ireland certainly. So it's just a strange one, really, on that one. Right, midfielders. Here we go. Jason Knight, 90 minutes in a 2-0 win versus Sheffield Wednesday for Bristol City. Killian Phillips, no game for St Mirren. Will Smallbone, injured at Millwall at present. Jack Taylor, 71 minutes in a 3-1 loss versus Sheffield United for Ipswich. Josh Cullen, out injured, as we know, with an ACL injury. Finn Azaz, 63 minutes and an assist in a 1-1 draw versus Portsmouth for Southampton. Mark Sykes, 40 minutes, 2-0 win versus Sheffield Wednesday for Bristol City. Malumbi, 90 minutes and an assist in a 1-1 draw versus Swansea. Andy Moran, waiting to see where he's going to go next, still with Brighton. Jamie McGrath, 90 minutes, 4-1 loss versus Falkirk for Hibs. Alan Brown, 90 minutes and a goal in a 4-0 win versus former club Preston North End. Boston Lowell, out suspended after his sending off last week. Connor Coventry, 34 minutes, 4-0 loss versus Millwall. And Joe Hodge, 45 minutes and a 3-0 loss versus for Malacio. There you go. That's your midfielders. All right. Yeah. King Boston's out suspended.
But that's very smart red card he got midweek. I don't know why. I still don't know why he done that. But from one king to another, Alan Brown, a goal again. Best right back in the championship at present. Definitely for 2026 to start. Arguably player of the month probably in the championship so far, but maybe there's a striker, I can't think, that's scored 10 goals or 6 or 7 goals that will win him player of the month. But what a period Alan Brown's going through. What a right back he is, to be honest with you. Brilliant athlete, brilliant player. I see Middlesbrough fans arguing on a clip on Twitter about who did they start now at right back, because Callum Britton has been arguably one of the best right backs, if not the best right back in the championship over the last year and a half. But he was injured and then made Alan Brown slip back into right back. But now he's been so good that they want to actually just keep him at right back. They're thinking, oh, there's no point bringing Britton back in when Alan Brown's been that good at right back. But he's doing so well, and I'm delighted for him, because obviously the Sunderland thing would have been very, very disappointing to get promoted and basically get told you're not good enough and you're not ready available for this level, when it's every lad's dream to play in the Premier League. But we're still waiting on Andy Moore and Martin. I'm getting pissed off. I just want to see him play again. Can you just get a move, please, Andy? I hope it doesn't mean he's struggling for options, which I couldn't imagine he is. Jason Malumbi, I watched that obviously Friday night. He saved Max O'Leary's arse in a sense towards the end with that 98th minute assist, which was quite a good header. To fair, he headed it back across. He got on the end of a cross, headed it back across to, I think it was one of the centre half scored. But it was good to see for Malumbi, who actually he started the game slowly, but then the second half you could see he really stepped up. He actually played a bit very like a leader, like he was leading by example. He was getting everywhere. He was trying to make things happen, which was good to see. He obviously trying to get West Brom out of the mess they're currently in. Finn Azaz got an assist for Southampton against Portsmouth, and he should have got two. He played a brilliant pass to Adam Armstrong in the first half, which should have been a goal. And then he got the assist. Actually, was very good. A beautiful touch and a pass in behind. His performances overall haven't been great as of late in terms of his impact over 90 minutes, but he still has that moment of brilliance. And there was a stat released today of open play creations in the Championship this season. And Finn Azaz is head and shoulders by far the best in the Championship so far this season. So it just shows his ability. Obviously, it goes off your open play creation, expected assists, and key passes, and he's averaging over 2 a game, and per key pass he makes or expected assist of almost 0.3, which is obviously very high for a player just making simple passes. So he's although he's not affecting the game probably as much as he should and he would want to, when he's getting the ball, he is making things happen, which is good to play because technically we all know he's an unbelievable player. It's just a pity he's not slightly better athletically, and he'd be playing in the Premier League with ease. He'd be playing for a top club, but maybe that's something as he gets more into his prime he will improve on. Other than midfielders, Martin, other than that, has been quite kind of quiet, to be honest with you, over the weekend. There's a lot of injuries, a lot of lads suspended, of course. Even like John Patrick can't get a sniff at Stade Rem, needs to get out of there on loan or move permanently, I would imagine. And hopefully we'll see a few lads, more under 21 lads, maybe get loans over the next week or so. Maybe they can be added to big if they get Championship loans or loans to levels where they can make a real impact. But yeah, that was a quiet enough weekend from a midfielder perspective.
Yep. Okay. All right. Thank you, Connor, for that. We will now come on to the attackers. Right. Festy Basele not in the squad for Istanbul. Evan Ferguson, an unused sub for Roma, as we discussed earlier. Adamida out injured with Swansea City at present. Casey McAteer, an unused sub at Ipswich Town. Troy Parrott, 90 minutes and an assist in a 1-0 win versus Telstar for AZ Alkmaar. Sammy Schmodix, 57 minutes in a 3-1 loss versus Sheffield United. Sinclair Armstrong, 45 minutes in a 2-0 win versus Sheffield Wednesday for Bristol City. Micah Johnson, 61 minutes in a 1-1 draw versus Derby for West Brom. Rocco Vata, 42 minutes in a 1-1 draw versus Blackburn. And Tom Cannon, 70 minutes in a 3-1 win versus Ipswich for Sheffield United. Chidozie Agbene, not in the squad with Sheffield United, but they are intended to keep him to the end of the season. Tyler Goodrum's out injured at present with Oxford. Adomo Amaku, 17 minutes and a goal, a very well taken goal actually. 4-0 win versus Charlton. Johnny Kenny, out injured at the moment with Celtic. And that is your strikers. Yeah, the Amaku goal was good though, wasn't it? Saw that.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Sorry, Mark. I'm just searching to see if there's any more news on Johnny Kenny's injury because he missed the weekend with a ankle injury and he was ready to get a scan, but it seemed like it wasn't a bad one. It just was a issue that he missed the weekend. But yeah, Idamo's goal was absolutely brilliant. I thought brilliant finish, and anyone that's seen him really, anytime he gets a chance, he always takes it. The problem is he's probably not been in goal scoring positions to take them enough. But he's an excellent player. I think he's probably, in terms of Irish players in the Championship, he's probably the most underrated at present because he doesn't really get his flowers, maybe because he doesn't get enough goals and assists. But in terms of his pace, his power, his one-on-one ability, his work ethic on the pitch is brilliant. Really, really good player. And you see that finish with his left foot, like that's his weaker left foot. And he strikes the ball so cleanly with both feet, which is a great sign. And if he can get in those positions more often, he will score more goals and he will be a real option for Ireland in the future. Maybe World Cup or something could come too soon because we have some other left wingers that are doing very well at the moment. But yeah, I really like Idemo. I think he could be a really good player. He can even play as a number 9 either, although I think off the left is his best. from one probably young attacker that had a good weekend to one that had a really bad weekend in terms of Rocco Vata. He was thrown back in for his first start since what was it, the end of or the start of November for Watford in their draw with Blackburn. Very strange decision to see him start already. He returned, what was it, last week? He came on the last half an hour and then he was thrown straight back in after 1 week back. And I've seen a lot of Watford and Irish fans very disappointed about the fact that he went off then after half an hour, tweaked his hamstring again. I don't think it was a bad one. I don't think it was like, if anyone remembers, Franco Umes against Portsmouth when he was out with a hamstring tear as well, and actually was against Arsenal, sorry, for Portsmouth, and then he completely tore it again. Rocco's didn't seem too bad. It was he went in for a tackle, he ended up on the ground, and then he signalled over to stay. I think you could see it in his whatever, you couldn't hear him, but you see his expression that he said, "Oh, it felt a pop." So it felt like, I think he's just strained something again in his hamstring. I don't think it's major. He was able to walk off the pitch all right. He didn't need that much help. He I think it was hopefully he'll only miss maybe 2 weeks or something at that extent. Hopefully it doesn't be a month-long injury, because it would probably take him out of the Ireland picture for March, because I do think he would have a real chance for March. Another winger that's having a terrible time is Casey McAteer. I don't know what is going on there in that move. Paid 12 million for him, can't get a sniff, isn't going to get a sniff. They've signed Anis Mehmeti from Bristol, who no more plays on the left or can play as a 10 either, but it does maybe mean one of the lads that maybe are playing on the left could end up playing on the right now, so it's not good for him. I don't know what the future's going to lie for him at Ipswich, although they paid a lot of money for him. I just don't understand why he ended up going there. And obviously Ogbene got moved out because of it, but probably worked out for him all right. And yeah, Ogbene wasn't picked for the squad at the weekend, which is good. And obviously there's one player that Dave hid. He's actually hid Louis Barry, but I understand he's out for the rest of the season. He's not going to play again this year. But Michael Obafemi made his Blackpool debut the other day. By all accounts, done very, very well. Blackpool fans are very happy with him. Said he worked very hard. He was brilliant. And it was good to see, because he obviously has had a tough time. And I seen the 1-2-0. The second goal was a penalty, which all came from him, from a brilliant touch. A ball ran in behind, and he put this inch perfect ball in behind Ashley Fletcher, who won the penalty, which is good to see. But obviously, Obafemi's not in the Ireland picture at the moment. But it's just good to see a player I think we all like and we all love, except Dave. For some reason, he has a problem. Did you see that? Did you listen to that? Of him having a problem with Michael Obafemi being a nice person in interviews and being entertaining to listen to. He thinks that affects his footballing ability by being a nice person, but you know our Dave, he's like that. And then obviously Troy got his Troy got his assist. He got a goal midweek against Excelsior, his old team, and then he got an assist there on Sunday with a nice cushioned header. In fairness to him, it was a lovely header by Troy Power to set up a goal. He's not just a goal scorer; he's a assister as well. Obviously, there's a lot of lads there need to maybe move. Sinclair came on, if you're wondering, Sinclair came on at halftime. He wasn't hooked at halftime. He came on at halftime in that win against Sheffield Wednesday. So a lot of positives, some negatives, obviously more injuries to add to what's already been an injury dampened 2026 so far. But hopefully things means we're going to be on the up in March, because we had a few injuries in March and things didn't turn around yet. And also Dave's in trouble. He was meant to add Killian Cahill and Kevin O'Toole, obviously, because Kevin O'Toole was in the squad in November to Ibig, although Kevin O'Toole, the season doesn't start yet. And actually Milena Ali could be doing with adding to it as well, back at it, because he was obviously added last season, but then Luton went down, which took him out of it again, and now he needs to be added back in, because he actually played quite well, I thought, against Southampton at the weekend. Still don't understand why Jack Wilshere would want to let him go from a League One team, and all of a sudden he's now in the Championship and doing really well again, really dangerous, really fast. I do think his type of player would actually suit international football with the way we play with our wingers. But yeah, that's just probably our forwards roundup for the weekend.
There you go. So yeah, fantastic roundup overall. Again, thank you, Connor, and thanks, Dave. Or did Dave do the art for that stuff, or not? Was it you, Connor?
No, I actually don't this time.
All right, there you go. That's why it was perfect. Well done, Connor. But yeah, look. So that's what you got all covered. We're going to come on to your comments very, very soon. But I've did some other little bits just to notify the Raw Faithful on as well that I've seen this week. Obviously, Denise O'Sullivan moved to Liverpool. What do you think of that, Connor? Quick take on that. Did you notice that? Did you take much notice?
I did. Of course I did. I'm not Dave, who didn't know. I won't say it because he'll end up getting in trouble. But yeah, great. She scored.
What a career she had over.
Yeah,
what a career she had in America, though. Like, I didn't realize all the trophies and stuff. That's incredible.
Yeah, she's a British. She's just a legendary figure in in Irish women's football, one of the best to ever do it. It was another legendary player. But you never congratulate Didsey on a goal and assist against Reading?
Congratulations, Didsey, on your goal and assist against Reading.
Yeah.
There you go. Also, the women football-wise, Kate McCabe, speculation that she may be on the way out of Arsenal. I've seen that actually over the weekend.
And do you want to confirm? Is she leaving? Can you tell us?
I don't know. I will try and find out. But yeah, there'll be a lot of people very upset if she does go. She's very popular, obviously, with the Arsenal supporters groups and things like that. So, which do they do a great job, to be fair. The Arsenal women's team is fantastically well supported. And also just want to say congratulations to Ellen Malloy, has left Wexford Youths and gone to Shamrock Rovers.
Youths?
Well, not Wexford, sorry, Wexford.
I haven't been Wexford Youths in about 10 years, mate.
Right, Wexford women. Okay.
You get in trouble for that, people. I've seen people say that before.
Yeah, I will. But yeah, anyway, gone to Shamrock Rovers. Great move for her. Hopefully she's going to work out with her, raising the profile again. Very, very talented player. Carla Ward needs to be taking notice and give her an opportunity with Ireland because she's too good not to be in that international setup. And just a quick take as well on the kit, Connor. There it is, modelled by Abby Larkin and Troy Parrott. I know we've done a little bit of a chat about that, haven't we, previously? Very similar to previous, but I mean, the price of it is the thing that's caused the outrage for me. And I did see that Castore's boss has been quoted as saying, we're in a commercial world now, and basically people will pay for these. All this stuff's gone up now in prices and all that kind of thing. And to paraphrase it, people will be buying it, and that's just the world we live in now. I think they're kind of taking a bit for granted that,
But I wonder, obviously they do have figures of how many they sell of Ireland, how many they sell of Wolves, or was Wolves have left them actually, how many they sell of Rangers. I'm trying to think who else, but unless they put it all in one and they think, well, if one club sells really well, although Ireland doesn't sell well for that price, it's proven maybe if your team does well, if fans want it enough, they will pay it. So I don't know whether they're going off what other clubs and what teams have it, but it's just very strange.
The top version, like the player fit version, tight fit they called it. I mean, look, that's the demographic of Irish fans, including myself in this. It doesn't suit us very well, some of these shirts, but €145 for that, and to get a kid the full kit is over €150 for the shirt, shorts, and socks. So that's just completely wrong in my view. I know that they get hammered for the lack of quality and stuff, but to be honest, my experience of it is it's a lot better than New Balance. New Balance used to have this kind of gold kind of foil on some of the tops and stuff, and it used to just peel off. So I don't have a problem actually with the quality of it. Although you've seen like the horror shows of with the.
Well, Martin, just here, I'm on the Everton website. I'm on the Everton website, who are made by Castore as well, and their kit for 25, 26. Original price is €93 for the replica. So it's actually €12 cheaper than what we would be paying for the replica. And it's actually down on clearance to $42.30, which shows obviously the demand for it. Obviously Everton have a bigger fan base, stuff that still sell stuff. They always
but it's only got 5 months left of the season now as well, haven't they? Before they'll have a new one.
And their pro kit is now €93. Down from €133. So their pro kit with Castore, I know it's that time of season, but the fact is that their pro kit is still cheaper than our pro kit is, and I'm guessing there's a lot less demand for Irish fans to buy jerseys than Everton fans, in all honesty with you.
They've jumped on the fact that a little bit like what the FAI have got a really good kind of the fact that we're in the playoff. It's a cash cow for Ireland, the FAI as well, that this playoff game is maybe an absolute dead rubber. It might be nothing, but people will want to go and have to buy the season tickets and support it and take a chance they're going to qualify. It's worked out really well from the FAI from that perspective. Same thing with the kits. They've added an extra tenner on them because they know there will be demand for them.
But I asked Dave this question the other day. I wonder what do you think to see him. Do you think if we qualify, they'll race a new jersey then again?
No, this is it.
Do you think?
Yeah, this is a World Cup one.
A lot of people think we'd get a different one if we qualify.
No, This is the World Cup one. Surely they can't do that. That would be uproar. Yeah, they're not. But they're not. They. I don't think they've released it as the World Cup kind of jersey because we might not be in a World Cup. They can't. But surely, I mean, this is one of the things. Is actually, Jason, as we know, big loyal supporter of the show. He was messaging me about, he's inquired of the FAI and of like Lifestyle or Elveries, whoever it is. Are they going to do like the match day, the name, shirt name printing? They think they are going to be doing that soon. At the moment, you can't do that, which is again is absurd. That you should be able to get it straight away when they bring it out. But I don't know. Like, you've seen all the new, the training gear now will drip through. What's amazing, and I love a rant about the kit and all the merchandise and stuff. What is amazing with it? I went on the FAI shop. And there's stuff on there, like there's actually pajamas and dressing gowns with an Ireland badge on it now. I've never seen that advertised anywhere. Have you ever seen that? It's there now.
Not
but it's everything now. Like, and I'm sure these must be kind of like sampling. I don't know what way they've done it, but
it must be like a pre-ice. It's like a. They don't actually make them. They just make them every time they're ordered. But I'm not really looking at the website now.
Shocking. But like there's loads of stuff in the sales and different mad sizes, like it's either tiny, extra small or 4XL kind of thing. It's crazy. So
because it sells so well, that's all that's left.
Well, I don't know. I'd love to know about it. Really, I'd love to work it all out and see what way they're.
Do you think we'll ever wear the stealth kit?
They might do in a friendly game or something. Again, we've had kits out before that we've never worn, so it's something that.
Maybe they're the ones we should be buying because you can say about what with this kit in a pub quiz in 20 years. Well, I have all of it. Yeah. But Martin, just could be worth saying though for the comments. Between now and next Monday evening, what Irish player do you want to get a move, or what player do you think should get a move, and where do you think they should go, or what player do you think? Ask us, do you want to move, or ask a player, do you think we should get a move? Because there's obviously players you forget about, isn't there, Martin? That may need a move because they go so far out of sight that you forget they exist.
Yep. Definitely. Yeah. So let us know. Give us we'll ask any questions you want for us about the next 10 minutes. We're just going through the comments. But thank you for your support. Nearly up to 1,000 viewers this evening. Thank you so much for your support.
1,000 now.
There it is, just over 1,000. So brilliant for a Monday night where it's a bit quiet still. We're in the lead up now to the World Cup playoffs. Lots of shows coming, lots of content. So make sure you have subscribed, follow the channel, give this a like as well. This show, it does help us for all these little weird things called algorithms. I don't really
understand. Only on 8, Martin.
8, not good enough.
Get us to 20. Get us to 20. If you're on YouTube, get us to 20 likes.
Yeah. Right, we're coming on to it now. This is your chance to shine. It's your comments. Right, again, thanks again for watching. But the first comment this evening was just to give us a bit of a wake-up call, and it was from Said Leplin, and he said, Mon, meaning, I don't know, is that for Martin O'Neill, your favourite manager, or come on? No. Frank as well, Raw faithful follower. How you getting on, Frank? We're all staying at yours in America, of course. Can you imagine the crack if Evan went to Wrexham, got them in the Premier League?
Just hold on a second. So we're staying in his in LA for a game that's in Atlanta.
No, you didn't let me finish. I'm sure I read somewhere that when we get through the qualification groups, don't we end up in LA at any stage? No, there's a big gap. There's a big gap.
It's Mexico for your topper group. I think we play again in Mexico if we top the group.
I'm cool. It could be after the tournament, after we've won the World Cup. We could be staying.
Frank. Celebrate, right. Yeah. Thanks, Frank.
Okay. Cheers, Frank. Yeah. Yeah. Imagine that though. Imagine if Evan did go to Wrexham and got them into the Premier League.
Fuck that. Frank said that to me. I think he's trying to wind me up now because I told him it's a disgrace. Why would he go there? Like,
I want to know from Frank. Has he had any recent voice notes from Dave? Here we go. Rory Collins was very poor for the Forest goal.
They scored 2 for Rory.
Okay. And Barry McCauley says he wants to see Evan Ferguson at Celtic. And Frank comes in again and says, would love to see Evan at Brentford. That is maybe a shout, is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because obviously they just have Thiago as their number 9. But he, despite his goals, I still don't. He's not that good of a player. He scores goals and scores penalties, but and he's literally their only option up front. So it'll be interesting now what they do because they will need to strengthen there to some extent even for backup. But yeah, you think someone like Keith Andrews would want a player like Evan, but I guess we don't know.
Relationship, I suppose, isn't it? Yeah, it's definitely one that could happen. Agent Collins and Agent Kelleher get involved, get him there. At David Levy says Alan Brown is one of the few Irish players in a bit of form, and this was actually something I was going to mention to you, Connor. Would you prefer to see Alan Brown in the Ireland squad over Matt Doherty?
At right at this present moment in time, yeah, because Matt Doherty's not playing.
Okay, but
I think we need it. Yeah, but I think we need more of that like athletic profile in that position, because it is a wing back role. Yeah, it is, and he's versatile, and it's a wing back role. It's not just a flat back four or right centre back. Like, he'd be playing right wing back if he's in the squad. So yeah, I think he will get called up at this rate he's going, because he's doing very well.
Yeah, I think so too. At Niall Fay W4P, Evan needs to go to a team where he is loved and needed. Everton would be a good fit. Also, I hope Lowell needs to start, but I feel Hammer will go with Malumbi. I like the look of O'Brien at central defence, obviously for Everton.
Yeah,
that's a good comment.
Hopefully, Boston should be back playing centre mid this week, by the way, which is
who they got?
Good. All their, I don't know, to be honest. I'll look now, but I seen the Drew at Birmingham the other day. The midfield was actually quite weak because they have a couple injuries there. I have about 1 million injuries, to be honest with you. But thankfully, the positions players are now coming back in is left back, right back, centre half. So he's the plenty cover that he can go back into his natural position, unless they want to start playing him up front now, because all the strikers is. But whilst they're playing Stoke next Saturday, which will be very interesting because it could be directly up against Finn Azaz, because Finn Azaz will be the number 10, and if Boston starts as at number 6 or as one of the two midfielders in that double pivot, he could be going directly up against Azaz. Although I'd worry maybe he might not get the start again as a bit of punishment for getting sent off the last day. But be stupid of Mark Robbins to try and punish him after already missing the weekend's game.
Yeah, okay. Just a reminder as well, we do a League of Ireland show, and that's all going to be starting again soon. So make sure you do subscribe. It's all next week happening. And here's a little question for you already about that a little bit. What's happening with Owen Elding? Is he staying with Sligo or leaving? Says Kieran Marley.
At the moment, it looks like he could be staying. I know he went over. He missed a pre-season game last weekend for Sligo, because he went to visit a team. Not last weekend, sorry, like the weekend before, not 2 days ago. Because he went over to visit a team in the UK. But I don't know if that means he wants to sign there, or if they've made an offer that they want. But yeah, I see Owen Elding maybe possibly staying at this stage until the summer, and then assessing his options again, because I believe he turned down Sturm Graz in Austria when he went to visit them. I don't think he enjoyed it over there when he was there. So it's probably looking like he'll probably go to England in probably the summer when clubs have bigger budgets and stuff.
Okay. I hope that answers the question, Kieran. Stephen O'Rourke, hi guys. Happy 2026. Same to you. Ireland make the World Cup qualification. Yes, we do. That's it. Very confident. Nice and simple. Right, genuine question. After Callum O'Dowd's long stint at departure from the Irish squad, does he have the grit, enthusiasm, togetherness, and most importantly, talent to claw his way back into the squad? I doubt, considering even at Callum's prime, he struggled to make an impact in our dire days. Now that he's past his prime, I think we can all agree that his lucky days are over.
Martin?
Well, I kind of said it a little bit earlier. I think it was a strange move in a way going there. I thought it was a good move for him, but you know, he was going to be playing European football under Robbie Keane. I could understand that. Good relationship, obviously. But he's not been consistently playing week in, week out. I think he's obviously gone there to manage these injuries he's got. And just a little bit like Andrew Omobamidele for me now. It's just, I don't know how you can bring a player to a World Cup who can't. You've got to be exceptional and be able to manage your body really, really well. And for the tolls of a World Cup on you, I can't see it. You know, in contrast, you've got like Seamus Coleman, who we know knows how to manage his body and does it really, really well. Doesn't seem to break down too much in a sense. You know, like Everton, the last time when they brought, you know, when he came off against Man United, wasn't it? That was really strange. But I just think O'Dowd, I can't see it. I think we've just got too many options now on the left for him. I'd rather have like a more experienced player like Robbie Brady coming back in there if he's fit. And and trust that he does have the nous to manage himself.
Good thing is, Rob, Manning's come out of the team now again. It's Southampton probably because of how crap they've been defensively. And they actually haven't improved defensively since he's come out. But yeah, it's just not looking good for Cod ever getting back in. Yeah. What we've seen before, we've thought lads are got an injury crisis and a couple of injuries.
That was like Alan Brown, didn't it?
Yep.
We thought he would be gone, and then you can just come back in, and it's a big incentive, isn't it? Frank as well says to us, can you take Phillips out of Oibig and just pretend that never happened?
Don't be so mean, Frank. He's doing well.
Yeah. Cormac Mulvihill, hey lads, any update on Moran? We spoke a little bit about that earlier. No, yeah, needs to get a move. Nothing.
Just we know he needs to leave, and we don't know.
James Burns says, fuck Castore. Not happy with the new kit, clearly. And Paul Brown probably shares a sentiment that many of us agree with. That Roma manager is a fucking nutter. There you go.
Would be.
And this is one for you, Connor, that you need to apologise for. Good of Cod says, Connor, since you're doing Oibig now, you got to add Dizzy back in. Never forget is the hashtag. Are you going to apologise?
Yeah. No, but Dave makes the graphic as such. He makes it, and I just update like how minutes played and who against. Dave just does the actual pictures of players, so I have to get him to add players in.
Yeah, blame Dave. That's what we do. And then Frank says there is a chance that we end up here in San Francisco Bay Area if we finish as a best third place runner-up. Second place is. What's that?
This in LA. I'm guessing that is that LAFC's stadium.
Maybe.
We're going to the Golden State Warriors in the Bay Area, are we?
Yeah, there you go. So there you go. I was right. See, Connor, don't doubt me.
Yeah, but he's on about finishing second and third.
Qualification things.
Yeah, but we're not finishing second or third. No, we're finishing first. Exactly. We're finishing the top three, and we're not finishing second or third.
No, exactly. And Niall Fay W4P. I had high hopes Louis Barry, but he seems to have stalled at Sheffield United. I still hope see him and Bata playing in future.
Yeah, we will definitely. It's just had a few injuries. But it won't be this season anyway. But Rocco,
there's a lot of
we will.
Yeah, sorry,
Rocco,
Rocco. Yeah,
we'll see
that one, mate. Yeah, but yeah, so that's about it for tonight's show. Thank you for joining us. Over 1,100 of you watching this evening, and it is a little bit quiet this time of year, of course, but we do bring you Obig every week. We're going to bring out a lot more content, obviously, as we build up to this playoffs, 26th of March, and then the 31st of March in Dublin as well, where Ireland will be qualifying for the World Cup. Really, really positive that's going to happen. We'll be adorning our lovely new kit as well, so make sure you do support, subscribe to the channel, and follow us. I've got another question in here. Is that right? Dixon Cider? Moon Zero. Is that a joke?
Oh, you fell it. You just.
I read it, you clown. I don't mind a bit of humour. It's funny in Dave's. But yeah, so we've got lots and lots of content. If you do want to follow the channel as well and support us a bit extra, we've got Lansdowne Raw Plus, $4.99 a month. So you can do that. You can also buy us a coffee. And if you want to support the show, we have some fantastic support for some of our recent competitions. We'll be doing some more of those, of course, without a doubt. But you can also buy some of our exclusive merchandise. We designed these, the lovely bar coasters, and we've got a sticker set as well, which we want to see plastered all over Dublin and Prague as we qualify for the World Cup. We'll be very popular, I'm sure, with everyone when we do that. But yeah, if you would like to support us, and if you know any sponsors who want to get behind our fantastic channel, please also reach out to us on all our socials. You can get a hold of us there. And yeah, it's been fantastic to see your support as we grow the channel. And Connor, thank you for your fantastic insight this evening as we did another Raw Live for the Raw faithful out there. Thank you for your support. It does mean the world to us, and we'll catch up with you very, very soon. Come on, you boys in green.